Part 5 Constitution of India, starting with Article 52 and with Article 151. The Union or a Union Government. Union Government is made up of the Union Executives. Top of the executive is President, the Vice President, then the PM, then the Council of Ministers and Attorney General of India. These are the executives of the government. In chapter first, we start with the President. All about the President, qualification, election, impeachment, etc. are given in Article 52 to Article 62. Who is President? President is a indirectly elected person who is nominal head of the state. Nominal head, why? Because our country adopted a parliamentary system, so that Prime Minister is the real head of our country and President is the nominal head of our country. All the executive power of our country is vested in President. He exercises these powers through a council of ministers headed by Prime Minister. Why we choose the indirect election in case of President? Because our Prime Minister is directly elected. If President also directly elected by people, then the conflict of power can occur. That's why we use a indirect election. The method we use for the election of President we adopt from Irish Constitution. Who are the voters in President election? In President election, all the elected members of Parliament as well as the states as well as the UTs like Puducherry in Delhi. Elected members of Parliament means the member of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. And the participation of the members in the President election is only for the elected members, not the nominated members, because in our Parliament we have some nominated members. If we talk about the electoral college, electoral college means the voter list of the President elections. In a voter list or a electoral college, there is all the members of Lok Sabha as well as all the members of Lok Sabha, directly elected members of the Lok Sabha as well as the elected members of the Rajya Sabha and the direct elected members of the state legislative assemblies. If we talk about Lok Sabha, all the members of Lok Sabha which takes part in President election is directly elected by the people of India. In case of elected members of Rajya Sabha, these members are elected by the MLAs of the respective states. state legislative assembly, as you know, are directly elected by the people of the states. How we make the uniformity in the votes? Because some states are too big and some states are small in case of population. For making a uniformity in the vote, we put up values of the MLA, votes of the MLAs as well as the votes of the MPs. Vote of MLAs are uniform by total population of the state divided by the elected members of the state legislative assemblies. Total population of states means the population of state according to last census of the state. In case of India, till now we are adopting the census of 2011. Similar values of the votes of MPs. To make uniformity in the votes of MPs, we take total values of the votes of MLAs of the states, then divided by the total elected members of the parliament. To win an election or to declare winning candidate, there is a fixed quota. The fixed quota for winning the election is total numbers of valid votes polled divided by number of seats contested plus 1. That's our minimum 2. When we got the value, then we add 1. Who got or who acquired this quota, that candidate will declare winning as a winning candidate. In case of if any dispute or doubt for the election of the president, we move toward the Supreme Court. If any doubt or a dispute about the election of the president can be challenged in Supreme Court only. And the decision of Supreme Court is always final. If the Supreme Court gives his decision, then there is no challenge against this decision. If we talk about the term of the office of our president, term of the office of president is for 5 years. If it vacant in any case, in case of death, in case of any other reason, then vice president work as a president. If any case when president office is vacant and the office of vice president also vacant, then the Chief Justice of India can work as a Supreme Court, as a president. And if there is a possibility the office of CJI also vacant, then senior most judge of Supreme Court can work as a president. This means that there is no condition which vacant the office of president. there must be president in all situations for a country. Now come to the qualification of the president. The first qualification of the president, he must be the citizen of India. The citizen of India is the must condition. Then he must completed age of 35. Another qualification is the person who is elected or a contested election of president must have a qualification as a member of House of Peoples. House of Peoples means the Lok Sabha. Next condition is he must not be hold the office of profit in a union government, in a state government, in or other authority which came under the government. After election, when the winner has declared, then came to the oath. Who makes the oath of president? The Chief Justice of India gives the oath to president. If CJI is not present, then the senior most judge of the Supreme Court can do this duty. If we talk about the term of 5 years is compulsory or not, this office can vacant in case of any disease, any other case, or impeachment also. Impeachment is the process for the removal of the president. This can be done only in case of violation of constitution. Now, question is that what is violation of constitution? There is nowhere defined in constitution what is the violation of the constitution. But if our any house want to impeach the president, he must be have some conditions. The house which produce a resolution must be signed minimum by the 1/4 of the members of the total memberships. With this, 14 days prior notice to the president is must. Next, the resolution for the impeachment must be passed by the 2/3 majority of the total members of the House. And in case of inquiry, the other House investigate about the violation of constitution or any other question against the president. Other House means if a resolution came in the Lok Sabha, then inquiry done by the Rajya Sabha. If it is resolution passed by the Rajya Sabha, then inquired by the Lok Sabha. And after investigation, if that House find the allegations are right, then he must pass that resolution by 2/3 majority of the total members of that House. In case of impeachment, only the elected member of Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha will take place in the case of impeachment. When the resolution passed by both the houses, then the removal of the president is must. With this, we have completed the conditions and the term and all about the president. Now we will read with the articles one by one, Article 52 to Article 62 and the other powers of the president. Now, Article 52 tells the President of India, there shall be a President of India. Of India. This is given in Article 52. Article 53 tells about the executive power of the Union, because all executive power vested in President. So Article 53 tells about the executive power of Union. Article 54, election of the President. We have already discussed about the election, how election is contested or completed. Article 55, manners of the elections of President. I have already discussed. Article 56, term of the office of President. We have discussed 5 years. If vacant, then new President. In case of death, new President can be take the position of President after election. Article 57, eligibility of the re-election. How many times our President is re-elected? Our President can be re-elected as many as he win the election. In case of American Constitution, they have the condition a person can be elected only 2 times. He can be elected 2 times, one election and then re-elect. Article 58, qualification for the election of President. We have discussed previously. Article 59, conditions of the President office. We have also these discussed. Article 60, oath or affirmation by the President made by the CJI in absence senior most judge of Supreme Court. Article 61, procedure for the impeachment of President given in Article 61. Article 62, time holding election to fill the vacancy in office of President and term of the office of person elected to fill the casual vacancy. If the vacancy is due to the death or impeachment, there is a condition: the next president must come in the office within the 6 months. And what will be the term of the new president? New president term also will be 5 years. With this, we have completed the topic of president. Next we move about the vice president.